Some of you are wasting years fixing a life that already expired. And the worst part, you already know it. The question is, how long have you known? How long have you known? Not a week, not a month. Some of you have known for years. You knew when you woke up that one morning and you felt absolutely nothing. You didn't feel sad. You didn't feel angry. Just nothing. But you got up anyway. You got dressed anyway. You showed up anyway. You smiled anyway. Because that's what you do. That's what you do. You are the one who keeps going. You're the one who holds it all together. You're the one who doesn't complain. Because after all, there's someone out there that has it worse. But behind closed doors, you are tired in a way that sleep can't even fix. Tired in a way that vacation can't touch. Tired in a way that you can't even explain to the people closest to you. Because how do you say it? I'm exhausted by my own life. That's why you're here today. And I'm glad you are. Before I get into this, I need you to do one thing right now. I want you to think of one thing in your life that drains you every single time you touch it, see it, hear it, smell it, whatever. I don't want you to rush past that feeling. I want you to actually sit with it. Why? Because some of you already know what it is. It came to you immediately before I even finished the sentence. And you don't want to say it out loud. I get it. I was there at one point in my life. The reason you don't is because if you say it, you'll have to deal with it. So I get why you don't want to say it out loud. I just want you to hold it in your mind. I don't want you to put it down. I don't want you to pass it on. Because we're going to come back to it. 3 decisions today. Not suggestions. Not journal prompts. Decisions. And before we get to decision 1, I need to tell you something that no one else is going to say to you. The reason you are exhausted has nothing to do with how hard you're working. It has everything to do with what you are working for. So stay with me. Let's break this down. But first, why do you keep going back? That's what we need to discover. Why do you keep going back? You're not staying because it makes sense. You're staying because it's familiar. Let me show you exactly what this looks like. You leave. Maybe you leave a relationship. Maybe you leave a job. Maybe you just leave a version of yourself that stops serving you. And for a minute or two, cool. You feel free. Like you can breathe again. Like there's space all around you. But something happened. Maybe you got a phone call. Maybe you had this moment where you're doubting yourself. Maybe the new path just feels too uncertain, too unclear, too far from everything you know as an individual. And before you even realize it, you're walking back in. And you tell yourself, just once, just this one, just to fix this one thing, I'll leave again after this. Does that sound familiar? But here's what you need to hear. There is always one more thing. Always. One more person who needs you. There's one more situation that only you can handle. One more reason why right now is not the right time. And that's not by design. And it's not a coincidence. That's a cycle. And the cycle works because of something that no one wants to admit out loud. But if you're ready, you are not staying for them. Again, you are not staying for them. You are staying because leaving requires you to become someone you haven't been yet. And that's terrifying. Becoming is terrifying because when you become someone new, you have to make new decisions. You have to hold new boundaries. You have to say things the old you would never say. And some of the people in your life are not going to like her, him, or they. And that is what you're really afraid of. Not the new life, the loss that comes with it. But here's what I need you to understand. That type of discomfort that you keep running from, the anxiety, that low-level dread that sits in your chest every morning when you wake up, that is not a warning. That is your new identity trying to break through. It has been knocking every time you ran back to fix that old life. You slammed the door right in its face every single time. Today, we're opening the door. We are opening the door. And in decision 3, I'm going to show you something that most people never figure out until it's too late. It's the reason smart, capable women stay stuck for years, even after they know better. But first, decision 1. This is the life support audit. I want you to name 3 things in your life that would literally collapse the moment you stop showing up. Don't rush past it. Think about it. Sit with it for a second if you need to. Because some of you already know what number 1 is. And you don't want to put a name on it. Because if you name it, what? You have to decide something about it. Been there, done that. Channels built on lived experience and change. But you have to be honest right here and right now. And not with me. Be honest with yourself. This could be a relationship where you are the only one holding it together. Where you're the one who calls first every time. Where you're the one who keeps the peace. Who smooths things over. Who shows up whether or not they show up for you. And deep down, you know, if you stop calling, the relationship would end. It could be with your job, a job that only functions because you keep overextending, because you keep saying yes when you know to say no, because you keep absorbing what everyone else won't carry. And if you stop, if you showed up and did exactly what you were paid to do and nothing more, the whole thing would start to crack at the foundation. Not because the job is hard, because you are what's holding it up. This could be a role you never asked for, the strong one, the dependable one, the one who never needs any at all. A role you have been performing for so long that you forgot you were performing. So I'm going to ask you again, name 3 things in your life that would collapse the moment you stop showing up. You have your 3. Now here's what I need you to see. Those 3 things, every single one of them is running on you as fuel. Your energy, your time, your emotional labor, your sacrifice. That is not a relationship. That is not a role worth keeping. That is a machine. A machine. And you are the power source. Now, I want you to pick one of those. Pick one, just one. And I want you to practice what I call the art of letting it break down. I want you to stop calling first. I want you to stop explaining yourself. I want you to stop showing up when you are receiving nothing back, and watch what happens. Watch what happens. Now I want to warn you. This is going to feel like something is super wrong at first. It's going to feel like you're being selfish, like you're abandoning something, like you're failing, because you have been trained to believe that your value lives where? In your ability. That if you stop, something terrible is going to take place. And truthfully, something might fall apart. It may. But that falling apart is information. If it cannot survive without your constant maintenance, it was never built for your next chapter. And look, Myss T is not being cruel. That's not cruelty. That is clarity. Let it break. Let it break. Let it disconnect. Let it. Real quick, if you just felt something, if what I just said hit you, if you name something in the first 30 seconds of this video and it's still sitting with you right here in your chest, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to do yourself a favor. Hit subscribe. I know everybody says that, so let me tell you why I'm saying it right now in the middle of this video. I am building something here. I'm building not just content, I'm building a community. A community of women and men, a community of people who are done being the machine, who are choosing to become the architect instead. And right now, I'm 40-something subscribers away from 1,000 in my head. 1,000 of you who said, this is the conversation I've been waiting for. Yes, this is the conversation. And if this video found you today, if something in the last 13 minutes made you feel seen, that was not the algorithm. That was you being in the right place at the right time. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and send this video right now to one or two women, one or two men in your life who is still running on empty for something that doesn't deserve them. You already know who they are. They've been holding something for way too long. Send it out. Just send it. And if you're watching this and you're already subscribed, thank you. For real, thank you. You are part of what's being built here. Okay, on the decision too. Wow, I feel like we're at the point of no return. Because you've heard the story about burning the ship. Commander lands on a new shore, then turns around and sets every ship on fire. Have you never heard that? They didn't find their way back. And it wasn't because they were reckless, because there was a decision to be made. And he decided. He knew that as long as the ships existed, part of his army would be mentally already on them, already planning the retreat, already calculating the exit. And you cannot build forward with one foot already pointed backward. Here's where I need you to be really honest with yourself. How many times have you had a version of this conversation with yourself? In the mirror, in your journal, in the car, on the way home from a situation that drained everything out of you all at once. I'm done. This time I mean it. I'm not going back. I don't give a darn who, what, where, why, whatever. And then you went back. Not because you're weak. No. Because the ships were still there. The exit was still available. And the moment things got uncomfortable in the new direction, the retreat was right there waiting for you. So you just took it. You took it and you told yourself it was wisdom. You told yourself it was patient. You told yourself you were being the bigger person. But deep down, you knew exactly what it was. So here is your decision. Write one sentence, one boundary that your old self never had the courage to hold. Maybe it sounds like the new me does not explain him or herself to people who are committed to misunderstanding them. Or the new me does not shrink themselves to fit in a room that was never designed for them. Or the new me does not go back to what they outgrew just because it's familiar. Write your sentence. That sentence is your ships burning, because you will come back. Your old self is not just going to go away overnight. He or she will come back when you're tired. He or she will come back when the new path feels lonely. He or she will come back when someone you love looks at you differently because you change. And he or she will whisper, just fix this one thing. Just go back this one time. You know how this works. You know how to do this. And your non-negotiable sentence, that thing you wrote down, that is your answer to yourself. And it's not up for debate. No explanations needed. Nope. Just one sentence. One. The ships are burning. There's no retreat. I need you to stay with me through decision 3, because what I'm about to show you is the piece that changes everything. So after this video, I'm going to drop a full episode called the Self-Trust Audit, meaning tomorrow, why you keep sabotaging your own blueprint. If you've ever been the most dependable person in every room that you walk into and you still feel invisible, if you've been the one who's given more than you receive for so long that giving has become your only identity, that video is going to wreck you in the best way. But you need decision 3 first, because without it, you're just watching what I consider the loyalty tap. You feel everything and then you still go back to the machine. So stay with me. And if you haven't saw the loyalty tax course, check it out. It's down here on YouTube. Anyway, let's get to decision 3. I made you a promise at the very beginning of this video. I said I was going to tell you something that no one else was going to say to you. And the reason right now that you're exhausted, here it is. The reason you are exhausted has nothing to do with how hard you're working. I know you've been told that 1,000 times over, but that's not true. It has everything to do with what you are working for. Everything. You've been working in maintenance mode for so long. I see. Look, I'm maintaining my garden as we speak. Every day you wake up and you first thought about this as being a problem. What needs to be handled? What's about to fall apart? What you need to manage before it gets out of hand. You thought of all these things before your feet even hit the floor of you getting out of bed. Every single day for I don't even know how long. You get up and you handle it. And from the outside, it looks like productivity. It looks like responsibility. It looks like you just have it all together. It does. But maintenance is not progress. Maintenance is staying in place. It is a treadmill. And you're running. You're running. You're running. You're running. You're sweating. You're working so darn hard. But you're going nowhere. And when I say nowhere, I mean nowhere fast. Here's the truth I need you to receive today if you haven't received anything else from this video. I want you to say these words with me if you need to. Write it down if you need to. You cannot build your own future with hands that are full from your past. Say it again with me. You cannot build your future with hands that are full of your past. Think about that literally for a couple of seconds. If your hands are completely full, you can't receive anything new. You can't see anything better. You can see some things, but you can want some things better. But again, your hands are full. You are still holding the apology that you gave 10 years ago. You're still holding a relationship that ran out of road maybe 5 years ago. You are still holding a version of yourself that you outgrew but never officially let go of. And as long as you're holding all of that, you cannot pick up what your future is trying to hand off to you. Put it down. Here's your decision. I want you to pick one thing that has absolutely nothing to do with your past. Nothing. A new skill, a new circle, a new habit, something that belongs only to the person that you, my friend, are becoming. Not the person you were fixing. Not the person that kept the peace at their own expense. Not the person who apologized for existing too loudly. The person being built right now in real time, in this moment, that person, are not in recovery mode anymore. You're not. You're in the building season. Look around. Look at all this around. You are in the building season, and there is a difference. Recovery is looking backward. Recovery is asking, what did this do to me? How do I get back to who I was as a person? How do I fix what happened? Building is looking forward. Building's asking, who am I becoming? What do I need to create this? What does he or she do differently? Recovery keeps you in the story of what was done to you. Building, it writes a new story. And builders need to have some sort of ritual. Mine is gardening. What's yours? Drop it in a comment. It's not just about a mindset shift. This is you embodying the entire shift. Something your hands do. something your body does that tells your nervous system we are no longer in survival mode. Not anymore. We're building. For me, that ritual really matters. See, this is something I made, something my husband and I made, I should say. Something that says to our bodies, you are worth the care. We grow our own food. You are not just a machine that needs fuel to keep running. You're not. You are someone worth showing up for every single day. And I do my best. I want you to find your ritual. I want you to make it yours. Before I let you go, I want you to do something. Thank you in advance. I want you to do something. Not out loud necessarily, just right here in your heart. I want you to think your old life. It wasn't wasted. It taught you something. It showed you what you don't want out of life. It grew you in ways that the uncomfortable path never would have. Every relationship that ran on your energy, every role you performed until you forgot you were even performing, every morning you got up exhausted and showed up anyway. That was not weakness. That was the training ground. So say thank you. Say thank you and then say adios, goodbye, because your future self is not waiting for you to finish fixing who you used to be. He or she is waiting for you to show up as who you are becoming. He or she's been waiting in the rafters. It's time for you to go get them. Go get them. Right now, not later. What are you waiting for? And before you go, real quick, if you are serious about this journey, about your next season, if something in this video has cracked something wide open and you can't explain it, why don't you type something down in the comments right now? Let me know you've been paying attention. Because not only do I show up for you, I show up for me as well. I'm a builder, not a mechanic. That's it. And that can be your declaration as well. And if you're not ready, you can keep watching your life on replay, literally. But if you are ready, and I believe you are, or you would not even still be here after 30 minutes of listening to Myss T talk. Type the words, I'm ready. If you're ready, type the words, I'm ready. If you're ready, type the words, I'm ready. And do one more thing. I really am 40-something subscribers away from 1,000 right now in my head, I swear. I need 1,000 people in the community of builders. We don't need mechanics. Not people trying to fix something that already ran its course. We need builders. Builders only. If you're building something, I want to be a part of it. Put that down in the comment. And I want you to be one of the builders. So hit subscribe. Send this video to someone you thought is holding something and they've been holding it for too long. You already know who they are. Don't act surprised. I was one of those people. They need it today. Not next week. Today. So we went over a lot today. We gained a lot of territory today. But if you haven't checked out the loyalty tax course, it's now available and it's free. And if you've ever worked harder than everyone in a room and you still feel like a ghost in your own life, you know we got episodes of that up as well. That episode was made just for you, and I'll see you there.